And we're live.
You got your
Going
red
what
pen. Did you always
we
have a
got
red?
Rusty Shackelford and not Rusty Shackelford and Patrick O'Houlihan here. A little late to this
Truck
recording
pen?
because backtracking to had dropped my sister-in-law's dog off at the vet, and her transmission tranny, for context, was going in her truck, and she's got a 2016 Silverado, and we kind of started talking about how apparently wasn't a good year, a couple years for transmissions in those cars and trucks. And Joe was telling a story. Figured it would be a good time to talk about it. So
Okay.
Joe, what do you want to talk about?
Speaking of transmissions, my dad, when I was growing up, he bought this. It was a '77 Ford truck, and I don't know if you knew this or know about it, but the trucks back in those years they called Explorer. I remember seeing Explorer on the edge of the bed, and he bought it with no reverse because this is him, and he couldn't pass up a bargain, I guess. Then he eventually dropped an engine and a transmission in it, and it finally gained reverse. But down the line, the steering column shifter broke. Normally, people would probably take it to the mechanic or fix it, or I don't know what the norm would do. My dad drilled a hole through the floorboard, and ironically enough, 3/8 threaded rod threaded right into where the linkage goes for the shifter.
He made himself a manual.
Heated up the one end and bent, and he had a shifter. I'm like, how do you tell? He's like, I just count. So he pulls all the way up. It was park, 1 reverse, 2 neutral. He rode like that and that wasn't the first vehicle he did that with.
You know what? If it's stupid but works, it ain't stupid.
Well, I remember he had one truck where we could clearly see the road through the floorboard. Like, I mean, you're not supposed to be seeing the yellow and white paint.
Like a roller coaster. Hold on, kids.
That's what I want to do, like with kids, like carry like some extra nuts and bolts.
And start ding, ding, out the window. Start shaking.
Is this important?
Reminds me of my dad had this. And this is why part of why I'm so loyal to Jeeps. My dad had it was like an 87, 88, 86 maybe, 2-door Cherokee Sport. It was maroon at one point, right? Thing had like over 200,000 friggin' miles on that 4-liter. It just kept going and going right through snow, back and forth to New York City, all over friggin' into Jersey, into friggin' upstate New York, wherever he needed to go with this. And it just kept going, fucking going. Friggin', body was all rusting out. The steering cable linkage was shaking up and down. But it just kept going. Finally, he sold it to a guy in his building, one of the engineers. And eventually, the steering column just fell off and it just roached out. Guy took the motor out of it, put it in a friggin' dune buggy at almost 300,000 miles, and still ran it for another 5 years.
And those dune buggies, that's not exactly easy mileage on an engine either. It's not easy. No.
It reminds me of that episode of Top Gear where they took a Toyota Hilux, a Tacoma for us, and they beat the shit out of that truck. Blew it up, ran it through a building, sank it in the ocean, friggin' flipped it over, turned the key, drove right off. All right. And now we're having tranny problems. So figure that one out.
Well, we've had that for a number of years. Anywho.
Friggin' Chevy. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about trucks still. Okay.
All right. So
we got to get the elephant out of the room. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. Trump won.
Don't want to do politics.
I know. I just got to get it out there. That's good. Week 8. Joe.
Week 9, actually. We're in
All
week
right,
9.
I can't count.
So, anything stand out?
Fucking
I know a few.
Carolina.
I was gonna say a few things stood out to me.
Like we picked a few games, and those games went the other direction. Like me and you both. We were on point pretty much, and then we picked the Saints over Carolina. Carolina wins. Then the head coach for the Saints got fired.
Well, you lose to fucking Carolina. Carolina, you're gonna get fired.
Well, you know who plays Carolina next? Yeah.
We do. I wrote it on the paper because I wrote it on the paper.
We do. It's like checking your schedule. Is it schedule or schedule?
I don't know. There might be like a soft H in there. I'm not sure.
I want to say schedule because that just sounds fancier. I should not try to church it up. Sorry.
Yeah. You got to say with pinky out though.
Pinky
Like the big shocker for me right off the bat was the goddamn Jets.
That, yes, they beat the Texans. Garrett Wilson made an incredible catch. Can't describe it other than incredible. Off balance, one-handed, got both feet in. So that was a shock. No one saw it. Did that save the Jets season? I think it's too little too late you could salvage what you can, but the Jets playoff hopes are probably nil. The AFC is very strong. You're starting to see the playoff picture slowly emerge. Who's going to be in the set, the top 7 teams going into the playoffs. Jets ain't one of them.
No.
They'll
be lucky if they go in 8-8.
If they want to they would have to win out to stand a chance to make it into the playoffs, and that ain't happening. They still got to play the Bills. And, that game, I think, skipping over to the Bills-Miami game, that was a little bit closer than what I think everyone anticipated.
Yeah, 30-27 field goal.
Yeah, and it wasn't no chip shot. I watched that game, 61-yarder, and he hasn't done a long field goal this season. So yet to be unproven this season. He missed an extra point. He dunked one off the upright. And then you throw him in for the game winner, and it's a 61-yarder, and it still had plenty of distance. Like, I think he could have made it from like 70. Like, it was awesome. I mean, the Bills are my AFC team. Giants are my NFC, but Giants are my overall team. I have 2 teams. I mean, if that makes sense. Like, you're a Giants fan, and right now you're married to a Raiders fan, so you're low-key Raiders. I get it. Your secret's safe with me.
And the 5 people that watched this.
Hey, those are some loyal fucking 5 people right there. 5? Can we make it
6?
Yeah. We could do a pizza party and a meetup.
we could Zoom this shit.
Now watch. We said pizza party. Now it's gonna be like fucking like 2000s. Like these motherfuckers. You say
bet you guys are gonna get his Totino pizza rolls.
What's wrong with Totino pizza rolls?
Nothing.
I had pierogies for lunch. I fried them up in a pan with a little bit of oil.
Oof, pierogies are friggin' delicious.
I haven't had pierogies in years. I'm like, I want fucking pierogies, and I went out and I got fucking pierogies.
Yeah, you get. I usually get the Mrs. T's pierogies, and then like you said, fry them up with some oil or some butter, some onions in the pan, dude.
I didn't put no sauce on it. I just did the flavor of the oil, a little pepper, a little salt, a little garlic salt, and oh man.
You don't need any sauce when they're good friggin' pierogies, man.
Oh, fucking titty sprinkles.
Oh, fucking titty sprinkles all day, bro.
Fucking titty.
Another game I was impressed by. Well, and again, I'm saying impressed because we're both Giants fans. Giants hung in there.
They did
against Washington.
They did.
A good sign.
Well, the first half, I mean, I haven't seen a stat this crazy where Daniel Jones had 0 yards passing, but had a passing touchdown. And it just makes sense. Is like, why not have the Giants own that record?
Okay, got to own something at this point.
They hung in there. I think they played, at this point of the season, being 2-7, I mean, I think they're playing like they got nothing. At this point, it's nothing to lose. So they went for 2-point conversions, didn't get it. Daniel Jones did win. I don't know if you watch Good Morning Football, but he won the angry runs of Week 9 because he had a rushing touchdown. He ran over 2 defenders to get in, which is, it says a lot for him, knowing where he, like, you could see like the kid, the guy's playing with everything he's got. I mean, it's not the star-studded cast, or hasn't really been. You know, you lost Saquon, but gained Malik. But it was, it's not an even trade-off yet, I don't think. But like you said, they hung in there. Tight end had a really nice touchdown catch, like 35 yards after dropping like 3 consecutive passes. He came in clutch to bring the Giants into a possession. So, now we go against Carolina in Germany. So I think that might be a game that you might be able to watch if you get up early enough. I think kickoff is like 9 a.m. Eastern time. So
It's 6 a.m. here.
But it'll be on NFL Network, so you'll be able to watch it. And the Giants should, they should be able to handle Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the highest profile game.
No.
The most highest profile part about it is they're going to be in Germany. And
hopefully they find a beer fest going on.
September, I think that's that.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, I mean,
beer fest, Oktoberfest,
underground shit.
And they're gonna go over there, get sour on some Krauts.
Well, other than that, Week 9, Bengals won, which cost the offensive coordinator's job for the Raiders. So he got termed. Well, other than that, there's really no huge shockers. I mean, Ravens handled the Broncos. Chiefs, I can't say handled the Bucks, but the Bucks forced overtime.
And unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, but I heard it was like actually a really good game.
There was, I heard it was back and forth. Like, sorry, the Chiefs forced overtime because the Bucks had the lead 24-17. I'm not trying to be biased against the Chiefs, but the team is going to be in the spotlight because how successful they've been in the short amount of years. There was a few missed calls, but inevitably the Chiefs drove down and scored. Game over. So, now they're sitting pretty at 8-0. With I don't know, we're talking about Week 9, whoever they play. They will be dealt the loss. Patrick Mahomes is not playing great football. He had probably his best game Monday night against the Bucks all season, where he didn't throw an interception. He threw 3 touchdowns. So,
they're not looking amazing, but they're probably still one of the safe bets out of the AFC.
Well, finding good teams find a way to win, right?
Yeah.
I could express my hate against the Chiefs or whatnot, but good teams find a way to win. I'll just leave that generalized like that. Offense is playing poorly, defense has to step up, right? Just like if the defense is playing poorly, offense has to step up. It's a team effort. That's why it's called a team.
There's no I in team.
There is an M&E though, so fuck off.
So going into Week 10.
Double digits.
Thursday, we got Ravens in Cincinnati.
Right. Oh, this is a rematch. Remember, a couple weeks ago, it took 41 points to beat Cincinnati, and Cincinnati had 38. Normal teams, if you have 38 points, you're supposed to fucking win the game.
Ideally.
Ideally, yes. Ravens are another level. It seems like the Bengals are starting to find their rhythm. So I'm gonna go with the safe bet and pick Ravens. But I won't be shocked if it goes the other way. But just based on record and based on how the teams are playing, Ravens are playing good ball. They did lose to the Browns. And I don't chalk that up to the team. I think that was just probably maybe poor planning, where it was kind of one of those trap games.
Yeah.
It's the
Probably
Browns.
walked into it and said, it's fucking Cleveland. And
Like, oh shit.
yeah, God, they came to play today. Didn't they?
God damn it. I didn't put my cup on for this.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Baltimore. Like you said, safe bet, safe pick.
I still think I don't even think you'd be too shy if the Bengals pull it off and split the series between the two.
Yeah, I remember when I wouldn't be. Like you said, Cincinnati's gaining traction.
They're starting to figure it out now again. They've always had slow starts through the years. And there's nothing scarier than a team. I mean, like, you got the juggernaut of the Ravens, but if a team starts figuring out and then they become, this, I guess juggernaut, it's like that's scary.
Is that's what we were saying about Baltimore at the beginning of the season, that they were too good not to figure it out.
Right. And the Bengals would be 0-4 to finally figure it out, I think.
And the Ravens were what, 0-2 or 0-3?
They lost the first 2 games, and then they won 5 straight before they lost.
So, I still think Baltimore's going to take it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another close game like it was last time. But, after coming off losing to the Browns and not being, prepared or, like, oh, we're not going to fucking do this again. So,
yeah, the Ravens handled the Broncos last week. It's like 41-10 or something. And then obviously the Bengals handled the Raiders. So it should be a good primetime game.
All right. Going into Sunday. Start off with the Giants in Carolina, like you said, in Germany. Think about it. Give Carolina a chance.
No.
You don't know.
No. You're picking the Giants too.
That's besides the point. I thought about it for like a second and a half.
I thought about it too before the podcast.
What do you think about Broncos versus Kansas City?
Kansas City. No. Wait. Broncos. Broncos are going to savor them their first loss.
Oh, hot take.
Well, division matchup. Broncos are playing decent ball too. And the Chiefs have been finding ways to win. So I think it's just going to take, a good team to serve them their loss. I'm not taking anything away from Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay was riddled with injuries and kept it like that. So give it up for Tampa Bay, but I think Broncos are going to give the Chiefs their first loss.
Okay.
That's my hot take.
Gonna put a little asterisks next to it.
Patches, O'Houlihan, dirty bandana, hot take.
Was this necessary?
Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine?
Probably not.
But I do it anyway. Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
All right, crazy guy. Pittsburgh, Washington.
Queer bait.
I was trying to think of a transition, but I couldn't figure it out.
No. You try.
Can't transition from urine. So.
This is going to be intriguing, right? Washington's on a roll. Steelers are playing good ball. I'm going to go Steelers because of the defense. Yep, I'm going to go Steelers. That was a tough pick. I was like undecided on that, but defense. I'm big on D.
I'm sure you are.
Fence.
Mm-hmm.
Was that too late?
We'll let the audience of half a dozen people decide that.
You know, you're the one who was thinking about dick when I said D. So ipso facto, fag.
Well,
I'm rubber, you're glue.
to quote Paul Rubens, I know what you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
You know what? I'm gonna go Washington.
Okay.
Um,
When are you going to be wearing that Kevlar? God damn it!
we'll talk about during the playoffs. Because remember that what the bet that we had about me wearing the Kevlar, I won the game. I won the pick. So we'll figure it out in the playoffs.
Playoffs. The playoffs?
Got 7 weeks. Got to figure it out.
Oh shit! Cops got to finish.
Minnesota, Jacksonville. I think we're both going to pick the same pick here, but
I think Jacksonville. I mean, they're not a good team, but I think they can hang in there to get to play spoiler, right? I mean, no one saw Minnesota starting off the season 5-0 and then dropping. What's their record currently? 5-2. Are they 6-2 or are they 5-3? Have they dropped 3 in a row?
hold on. Let me pull up the Espen.
The Ocho?
Oh no, this is the Uno. Let's see here.
Whoa, you gotta pull it
I
way
should have
back.
wrote it on the paper, but I didn't. Excuse me. NHL, NCAA. All right.
You pissed in your what?
It's sterile and I like the taste. But yeah, I'm still gonna pick Minnesota.
Hey Siri, what's Minnesota Vikings record?
The Vikings are 6-2 right now.
6-2.
You could have done that from the fucking beginning.
Like it's like I like watching the ants squirm underneath the magnifying glass.
Thankfully, I'm not a fucking ant.
You could have done that from the fucking beginning. Oh,
I'm
so
over here
6-2.
I'm over here Googling on the friggin' NFL app, and you're over here like, blah 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 blah.
No, get it out.
Asking the CIA for answers.
Whatever. I'm going Jacksonville. Jacksonville, mind you, came back against the Eagles, and the Eagles were like, oh shit, we actually got to play. Because the Eagles had like a 23-0 lead on them, and Jacksonville came storming back. So,
and how much of that was Philly backing off the gas, taking a breather, knowing they got the 23-point lead, and then before they know it, Jacksonville came back. You know what I mean?
That's what you don't do though. Like it's killed teams before in the past. You don't.
Yeah, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, like,
it's just I'm picking Jacksonville. I think they're feisty. They're the what do you want to call it? I don't know. Maybe they're like a rock'em sock'em robot.
Okay.
Stunning silence. It was like dead silent. And I'm like, these fucking people.
All right, Atlanta versus New Orleans.
Atlanta.
Agreed. As much as I want to pick New Orleans, they're just Say it every week. I want to pick New Orleans. They've been through enough, but clearly it's not enough for them. So
They keep playing the way they are. The fans are going to be hoping for another hurricane to come take them away.
yeah. My friend Kelly, shout out to Kelly. She keeps praying to Breezes that something happens for New Orleans. And
Not yet.
no, not this year.
Nope.
49ers, Buccaneers.
Niners.
You know, the Bucks had that held their own against. Well, you know what? Buccaneers held their own against Kansas City,
They did.
and Kansas City, I would dare to say, is a better team than the 49ers right now. So I'm going to do my crazy pick. I'm going to go Bucks. They had it. I think
Shackelford's Bass Pro Shop hot take of the week.
Brought to you by this mug.
And Costa that fell on the ground. Caught that, did you? Faster than Magic Johnson catching AIDS.
Hey.
Or HIV. He never had AIDS.
You know what? It's a shame he caught the HIV. But he had a good run there, let's be honest. It took him how long to get it? Man was slaying it. Man was slaying it.
All right. Let's stop talking about dick and HIV and start talking more about football.
Bills and Colts.
Bills and Colts?
Mm-hmm.
Bills. Bills by $1 billion. Is the same.
I see what you did there. I agree.
Maybe not by $1 billion, but you know what I say. You know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm tracking.
Glad you are.
Patriots versus Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm just so happy. New England. I spelled Chicago wrong. It's like a tough. So happy New England is
sucking.
But yeah, I wrote Chicago right the first time, and then I wrote it again.
If she watches this, New England sucks. Yes, Giants and New England own the same record, but fuck New England. Like Kevin Hart in the roast of Tom Brady. You just every time he took 20, fuck you, Tom.
Everybody ever in football during those years. Fuck you, Tom. You and your golden dick.
If you're a Jets fan or a Bills fan or a Miami fan, the years of Tom Brady played in that division, it was sad. It was bad. It was just like, great, here we go.
And you know what? Some of those teams, like Jets or the, Bills, they weren't bad teams. They didn't have some bad teams. No. They were just stuck behind friggin' Tom fucking Brady.
And the is New England. It's like, how do you get better? You haven't gotten worse.
You keep getting older, and you haven't slowed down.
Fuck. Is it Giselle's pH balance? What is it?
Whatever kind of regimen he was going on, he was like 42 and he was looking like 12. I was like,
you know about something about little kids, don't you?
That they're little kids. What are you implying? I don't appreciate it. Fucking asshole.
Whatever you're implying, fuck you. You bag of dicks. All right, so Chicago over New England.
To quote Theo Vaughn, it makes you want to kick a fat kid at Kmart. You know what I mean?
I do like some Chicago deep dish.
It's good. Still not pizza, but it's good.
It's not pizza?
I don't consider pizza
Oh,
now.
that's a whole nother
Not-
podcast. That's
Yeah,
a whole nother podcast.
This is my hot take, and I'm going to go on a rant here.
Uh-oh.
With much love to my friends from Chicago. Chicago deep dish pizza. It's a casserole, not pizza. Is it good? Yes. But it's not pizza. Yeah, just because it has a crust and pizza toppings in it doesn't make it a freaking pizza. Okay? Is it a pie? Sure, you could argue that,
Pizza
but it's
pie.
not a pizza.
Pizza pie.
You know, shit. I could go and get one of those Pillsbury crusts in the frozen section of the supermarket. Put cheese and sauce in it. Doesn't make it a pizza. You know, fuck out of here with that nonsense. That's why the Cubs didn't win a World Series in like 100 years because of that goddamn pizza. Friggin'
Okay,
that's why Sosa was on roids. You were putting it in that goddamn friggin' deep dish.
we know what gets Reggie set off. Okay.
Rant over.
We only got a few more games.
Chargers, Titans.
Chargers. Chargers.
Yeah,
You thinking about it?
I was trying to rationalize whether Titans would be a hot take pick or not, but I'm gonna go with the Wales Vagina Chargers also. NFC East rivalry game. Philadelphia, Dallas.
Philly.
Yeah, Dallas is.
You can only pray in a tie or the stadium gets blown up with all the team in it. But,
Yeah, there's no way Dallas is coming back or winning this game. There can't be. They lost Dak. They lost, what's his face? The only chance they had was if they didn't get hurt.
Yeah, so Philly's going to win that game.
I hate it less than if Dallas won.
I hate it just because fuck them both. I mean, can both teams lose and play?
I mean, maybe a tie.
No, but I want them both to lose. Like, Nick Sirianni catches, I don't know, crabs up his dick hole.
If that's medically and physically and scientifically possible, I'm sure they could do it in Philly.
Hopefully none of our dozen of fans are from Philly. Might get an angry letter in the mail.
You know what? I will say this right now. Drew or Joanna, if you're watching, which you probably are not, I hope you don't get craps. At least not that kind of crabs.
Alaskan king crab legs.
Yeah, or go down to Maryland, get some Blue Claws, some crab cakes.
Love crab cakes.
They're fucking delicious.
Yes, they are.
All right, Jet versus Arizona.
Arizona. Didn't think about it. Aaron Rodgers is not playing good. Arizona.
I'm probably going to be wrong.
You're picking the Jets, aren't you?
I'm going to pick the Jets. Just as another hot takes game. You never know.
Jackal Ford's Bass Pro Shop hot take of the week. It's a big ass Oreo.
You know what? And you didn't hear this from me. At work, it was a display for Oreos. And they were throwing it away. So I was like, you know what?
How'd you throw away that work of art?
What?
Why would you throw away that work of art?
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
And it's got holes, giggity, hanging on the wall or something. I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of cool. So I acquired it. It's been up there for like 3 weeks. I don't know why you just noticed it.
I don't know. You're at a slightly different angle today. I'm not saying maybe your luscious locks were blocking it the past few weeks, but past couple weeks though you've been over at your
That's
the other
true.
house.
Sister-in-laws.
Your in-laws. So
Detroit versus Houston.
Detroit.
It's
Doesn't
going to be
matter.
a good game, though, I think.
Detroit. It would be a good game. I'm not taking that, but if you say Detroit first, they're winning. That is the team to beat in the NFC right now.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Washington's doing good, but
If Washington
Detroit's
would have to
legit.
play Detroit, I think it would be a really good game, but Detroit would come up on top.
Agreed. Detroit's
Which we could
legit.
very well see in the playoffs.
We can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
Because if the playoffs started today, Detroit's got the number 1 seed.
I'd hate to see that the first round of the playoffs, Detroit Washington. I would like to see that be like the NFC game, because that would be a really good fucking NFC game. But because I would want to see both of them almost get to the limit, and yeah, Dolphins Rams on Monday.
Rams. Fuck Dolphins, save tuna.
I like my tuna with the Dolphins in it. And speaking of Dolphins, I forget exactly where it was, but I saw an article on the Book of Faces. Apparently, a dolphin washed ashore, and it was just like, it looked like it was fucking half eaten. And they're like, oh, you know, what happened? Did somebody, kill it and skin it, or did it? Like, it probably just got attacked by a shark or something. You know what I mean? Killer whale or something. But it was friggin' like its entire, like, its tail was still there, its spine, and then its face, and all you saw was like rib cage and shit. It was friggin'. It was wicked to look at.
The later years of Flipper.
When Flipper fell from stardom and he found cocaine.
Yeah. Short
That's
episode.
what happens when you don't put the laces out.
Yeah, laces out. I gotta get going.
All right. Well, yeah, we just finished week 10, and like I said earlier, I'm sorry I was a little late here. I would have been here by 9:00, and we would have started earlier. But
oh, no worries, man. I'm not. I enjoy doing this every week. I hope the 5 fans enjoy us doing it every week.
half of a dozen.
Yeah, and it's they got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, life's a garden. Dig it.
Yeah. Well, until next week.
Till next week. Same warrior time, same warrior location.
Yep.
So, you have an awesome day, bud. Thank you for coming on again. This is fun.
You as well. Enjoy your day off.
I'll try.
All right, man.
I will try.